I'm not at home at the moment, I'm on my laptop and I've just realised that the microphone quality is pretty bad, so I apologise in advance for the audio quality in this video. Hello, so this video's got some sniper gameplay in it. I'm awful at sniping, but I wanted to put a quick video out about the hacking situation, and so threw together this so there's a bit of action in the background, which will probably go on longer than I'm actually going to talk for. So I like to play sniper every now and again. I'm using the SRR-61 because I think that's the easiest sniper rifle to use in the game. But let's get on to the main subject. So as you're probably aware and have probably experienced, there's a lot of problems getting onto Battlefield at the moment. Now this is down to two different reasons. There's a group called Lizard Squad which has attacked the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. They've done this by denial of service attacks. They've just been swamping the servers with login requests, and basically everything gets in a big long queue. They get timed out and nobody can log in. And of course these computers launching the login requests can do so faster than the legitimate users, and so they take up all the queue. A similar story on the PC side, except this time it's a different group of people doing the attacks. Nobody knows who, but basically it's the same denial of service attacks, but this time aimed at Battlelog. That takes down Battlelog's login system and you can't get onto the servers there. Now you can get round this on the PC if you're a premium member by going onto the CTE servers, because they have a separate Battlelog which isn't being attacked, so you can log into CTE and play there. But of course that's only if you're a premium member and only if you're on PC. Right, so why are Lizard Squad attacking PlayStation Network and Xbox Live? Well, it's a bit complicated. We'll have to go back and have a look at who Lizard Squad are. So Lizard Squad are a bunch of hackers, pretty obvious that. And early in this year they attacked the PlayStation Network and they launched some bomb threats on the head of Sony's flights to get him grounded. So they're not exactly the most sensible people in the world. Now there's a guy you may have heard of, Kim.com. Yeah, he changed his name to .com. He ran the Mega Upload site. He'd had enough of the Lizard Squad, so he formed the Finest Squad, and these were a bunch of hackers that basically went out and attacked the Lizard Squad. They launched denial of service attacks against the ISPs that Lizard Squad were using, even some of their own IP addresses, and basically took them down. Now this has created a bit of a weird situation because there's currently two groups claiming to be Lizard Squad. There's two separate Twitter accounts saying two different things. About a month ago, one of the Lizard Squad accounts said that it was going to take down Xbox Live and PlayStation Network at Christmas. Now that sort happened, and Mr. .com got involved again and basically bribed them to stop the attack. So he offered them free anonymous accounts on his service if they would stop the attack on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. They said yes, they would stop, but the attacks kept on, and responsibility for these attacks was claimed by the second Lizard Squad Twitter account. So it would appear that there are two factions or two groups calling themselves the Lizard Squad. So the attacks were at their peak on the 25th. They kind of died out towards the end of the 26th, and Xbox Live got most of its service back up. The PlayStation Network is getting its service up a little slower. The attacks on Battlelog itself for PC have been a bit more sporadic, and DICE has been trying to control them, trying to keep the service up, and they have done for 50% of the time. The rest of the time it's been a bit horrible. Once you're on, it seems to run fine, although some people have been saying it's been very laggy, although I haven't had that. Although to be honest, I was only logging on to see what the service was like and see what the problems were. Now Lizard Squad have got a very bizarre reason as to why they're doing this. They're claiming that they're attacking the networks because Sony and Microsoft should be doing a better job of protecting their networks. That's a bit weird. It's a bit like the chicken and the egg conundrum. Sony and Microsoft wouldn't have to do a better job of protecting their networks if idiots like Lizard Squad didn't attack them. Various people from Lizard Squad, or purporting to be from Lizard Squad, have appeared in articles online and in the newspapers. And what they're saying is that people pay Microsoft and Sony a lot of money for a service and they should produce a reliable service. Well, they do produce a reliable service when somebody isn't being an idiot. In the old days it was really easy to launch a denial of service attack. You just downloaded some freely available software and launched an attack, and you could do it from a single PC, and you could often affect a system quite heavily. Nowadays you have to be more organised. You have to get a group of people with a group of computers and get the attack launched simultaneously and do quite a bit of synchronisation. Now this is because the servers have become better at defending themselves. Companies have added a lot more bandwidth, a lot more ports, they've got more intelligent router software, and they're basically trying to defend from these attacks. But that all costs money, and what Lizard Squad are saying is, well, they've got plenty of money, they should do it. Well, if you remember, PlayStation Network used to be free. It's not anymore. They're making you pay for it, and this is one of the reasons they're making people pay for their service, because it's costing them more and more money to maintain. Now the timing of this attack is also very bizarre, because Lizard Squad couldn't have picked a worse time to pick on Sony. President Obama already announced that the attack on Sony cinemas was an issue of national security, so you can be pretty sure that there's already a massive department looking at who exactly attacked Sony before, and they're also going to be looking at this attack as well. So Lizard Squad aren't going to get a couple of FBI agents in an office somewhere trying to work out who they are. You're going to have a huge chunk of the FBI and the NSA trying to work out exactly who attacked them and why. So that's the situation at the moment. Xbox Live is pretty much back up and running as normal, and PlayStation Network is getting there. Battlelog is intermittent because the attacks seem to be ongoing, but DICE are stopping most of them. If you do have premium and you're on PC, you can go onto the CTE servers. They don't seem to be having the same problems. Other than that, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. The situation is basically in the hands of Microsoft, Sony and DICE. They all seem to be doing their best to get around it. But as you can imagine, there's not going to be a vast array of people working on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. That's why they launched the attack at Christmas, because they knew it was going to be the maximum effect. They'd have a lot of people with new Xboxes and new PlayStations and even new games logging in and trying them out for the first time. So there's a lot of people trying to use the system, there's less people trying to run the system, and generally it's all played into their hands. But unfortunately for them, it's all backfired, because not only are Sony and Microsoft after them, you've got a large number of government bodies after them, and also Anonymous are after them because they decided to try and attack the Tor network as well. So I don't imagine Lizard Squad are going to have a particularly happy new year. Hope this explains things, and thanks for watching. So that's the end of the video. Apologise for the audio quality. It seems my Go mic and my laptop just don't want to get on. So a bit of crackling and distortion, but this is the best I can do.